Hola, this is Annie, and today we're going to Peru in search of the ultimate global street food. It's called quinoa. Let's have a look at the ingredients right here. 1 cup quinoa, 2 cups water, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, half a cup of zucchini, and half a cup of carrots, half cup green pepper, 1 medium ripe tomato, 1 medium cucumber peeled and diced, 1/4 cup chopped parsley, cilantro, and some basil, half a cup of chopped walnuts, half a cup of sunflower seeds, and half a cup of cashews. Quinoa is really easy to cook. What I do is I just toast the quinoa to make sure that it's warmed up before I add the water. So I'm just going to toast the quinoa. I have about 1 cup here. And on medium to low flame, I'm just going to move it around a little bit and let it toast. Meanwhile, I'm going to toast the rest of my dry ingredients here. That's some walnuts, some sunflower seed. If you have toasted walnuts and toasted nuts, you can just use that. And some cashew. I'm going to break it into smaller pieces here. Okay, so the nuts are really well toasted, so I'm just going to put them aside. And I'm going to use this pot to make the rest of my vegetables. The quinoa has toasted pretty well. You will notice a slight change in color. So here, I'm going to work on my vegetables. Start with some extra virgin olive oil. This I'm going to add the garlic. Some minced garlic. Oh my God, this is smelling so delicious here. Some grated ginger. Green chilies. Since quinoa is a very simple dish, I wanted this one to be really spicy. To this, I'm going to add some celery, green peppers. Keep stirring your vegetables. Some carrots, some peas, I just love the smell of celery. You can also crack some pepper. The green beans. Now, any of these vegetables, if you're not too fond of it, substitute it with a vegetable that you like. This is just something I've put together because I like a lot of these vegetables in my diet almost every day. Now, while that cooks, I'm going to add the water in the quinoa. 1 cup of quinoa needs about 3 to 4 cups of water. Give it a nice stir. And I'm going to season it with a little bit of cinnamon, which I love. And I think cinnamon goes really well with the quinoa. Add a little bit of salt. Once it comes to a boil, you can turn the heat low and just let it cook till all the water disappears. Now I'm going to add my zucchini and finally some tomatoes. You can even cook this ahead of time. Drain the water and keep it in the fridge, and you can use it like a cold salad. I'm going to let this cook here. There you go. Now I'm going to add some basil. All I've done is taken some fresh basil. If you don't have any fresh basil, just use the dry powder. And again, give it a good stir. I've added just a little bit of water so I can make my vegetables tender. Let's have a look at the quinoa here. You see the bubbles here? It means that it's coming to a boil. And now is a good time for you to leave it undisturbed for about 5 minutes and turn it on low heat, and all the water will absorb and it will be nice and fluffy. The vegetables look pretty done to me. I wish you could have a look at these beautiful colors here. There's red, there's green, there's orange. These are the colors you get on the streets of Peru. They just love to make really delicious foods, and as a vegetarian, I found that Peru had a lot of options through quinoa, through lots and lots of stews. I found Peru to be a really vegetarian-friendly place. I'm going to give it a little dash of extra virgin olive oil. All that does is makes it non-sticky, that's all. It makes it smooth. And I'm just going to assemble everything right here in a bowl. So to start with, quinoa. To this, I'm going to add the vegetables and just mix it all up. You can use a fork and spoon for this. This is just like tossing a salad. Pour in your lemon juice. And I'm just going to crunch. This is what I do with basil, just to get the smell. The toasted nuts which have cooled off, and I'm going to add the cucumbers, a little dribble of extra virgin olive oil, and some black pepper. It smells so good. All the steam and the basil, really good. You can serve this warm, and otherwise you can cool it in the fridge and serve this as a cold salad. And here you have a delicious street food from Peru, vegetarian quinoa. Enjoy and ciao ciao.